Hello, welcome to Reading with Gare. Today we will be reading some coronavirus broadcasts from WeatherBug. The first story is called How to Be Prepared for Flu Season Amid COVID-19 Pandemic by WeatherBug's Chris Sales. 9/17/20, 11:14 a.m. Flu season 2020/2021 is on the horizon, and there are a few steps the CDC recommends you can take to keep your family safe, even with the current COVID-19 pandemic. Below are some suggestions and tips on how you can navigate flu season this year. Flu vaccination. Getting the flu vaccine will help your immune system fend off the pesky flu virus. Disclaimer: it does not guarantee that you will not contract the virus, but it will help your body to fight it should you come down with it. Get plenty of sleep. Although understated, sleep is very important to your immune system. The average person needs about at least 6 to 8 hours of rest per day to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Drink plenty of water. Just by drinking a few glasses of water a day, you are helping your body flush your system from any toxins that may be lingering in your mouth or system. By drinking plenty of water, your body can stay hydrated. Wash your hands regularly. It is recommended that you wash your hands for at least 20 seconds before you leave a restroom. Make sure to wash your hands regularly to help curb any lingering germs. Wear a mask or face covering. This is especially important as we head into the new flu season. Wearing a face covering increases your chances of being protected from any diseases or illnesses that can be airborne. Not to mention, it protects those around you from any diseases that you may be carrying. Cover your cough. Speaking of, make sure you have tissues handy for any pop-up coughs or sneezes. Avoid people who are sick. If you know there's a lot of people under the weather at a place you may want to visit, maybe postpone it for a later date until everyone is well. Also, alert your doctor and boss if you aren't feeling well so that you can possibly stay home to get better. The CDC recommends maintaining a distance of at least 6 feet when out in public. Avoid touching your face. Admittedly, this one is by the most difficult out of the group. The slightest inch on your nose could prompt a scratch. But you must resist the urge to keep bacteria and germs from entering your cavities. Disinfect surfaces regularly. Simply by spraying down your countertops or your desk where you work can not only clear the air, but freshen up your work and living spaces. Take antiviral drugs if prescribed them. Most antiviral drugs need to be prescribed. Simply ask your doctor or healthcare provider about them, and you could open the door for faster recovery if you have the flu. The biggest distinction between COVID-19 and the flu stems from the showing of symptoms. Some people have the chance of showing no symptoms if they have contracted COVID-19, and therefore deemed asymptomatic. However, you are still contagious even if you are not showing any symptoms. On the other hand, someone with the flu could show mild to severe symptoms within 1 to 4 days of being infected. Regardless, both viruses can be deadly if contracted, and these steps will help to mitigate infections. Even though there is not a vaccine available for COVID, the flu vaccine will be available this season. It is important that you take these precautions early to help ease the burden on healthcare professionals. The CDC has said that it is possible to become infected with both the flu and COVID at the same time. By getting the flu vaccine, this will help to guard your friends and family from the flu as we cope with COVID-19 simultaneously. Sources: Center for Disease Control and Prevention, National Center for Immunization and Respiratory Diseases, NCIRD. Story image: Get yourself and your family vaccinated. Image provided by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. The next story is called Air Quality and Coronavirus Deaths by WeatherBug's Christopher Smith and James West. 2020 04/27 10:16 a.m. Amid COVID-19, there are questions related to what may cause a higher mortality rate for certain populations. The answer to one of those questions might be long-term exposure to air pollution. A study from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health investigated if long-term exposure to atmospheric aerosol particles called particulate matter, PM2.5, increased the risk for COVID-19 deaths in the United States. This type of pollution, 30 times smaller than a strand of hair, is caused by the combustion of fossil fuels, industrial activity, and complex chemical reactions occurring in the atmosphere between emissions, other atmospheric gases, and sunlight. After collecting data from approximately 3,000 countries that account for 98% of the U.S. population, it is found that an increase of 1 UG/M3 and PM2.5 can increase the death rate of COVID-19 by approximately 15%. The findings of the Harvard study are significant because of such a small increase in air pollution of atmospheric aerosol particles can cause a large increase in the mortality rate of COVID-19. This study can help offer seeing much higher rates of COVID-19 deaths compared to surrounding suburban areas. Although one factor for urban COVID-19 deaths may be due to concentrated human population, another may be that urban populations are more often exposed to air pollution more frequently than those outside the city centers. In addition, often poor neighborhoods and communities of color tend to be exposed to air pollution at higher levels. Air pollution is just one of those factors public health officials and scientists will be reviewing as the COVID-19 pandemic unfolds. A combination of population density, age, availability, and usage of health services, public health policies before, during, and after the pandemic will be factors to be included in future research. Even so, This preliminary results show statistical significance between increased COVID-19 death rate and an increase in particulate matter. Limited exposure to air pollution can have a positive effect of the mortality rate of COVID-19. Sources: NY Times, Harvard University. Story image. This map, made available by NASA, shows the average concentration of nitrogen dioxide in March of 2020. AP Photo/NASA. Here's the next story. Common coronavirus myths and misconceptions. By WeatherBug's Eric Gates. 2020 03/9 8:23 a.m. The new coronavirus, COVID-19, has been headlining the news for the last few months. And with its rapid spread around the world, do not expect that to stop anytime soon. However, with such a high rate of public interest, misinformation is bound to spread as quickly as the virus itself. Here is a breakdown of some of the common misconceptions about the coronavirus. The coronavirus can be transmitted through manufactured goods from other countries. While the virus is able to survive on many surfaces for a short period of time, such as a few hours or even a few days, the risk of transmission by way of foreign goods is nearly impossible. The virus is much more likely to be weakened by outside changes in temperature and other outside conditions, or simply time itself. If a surface is thought to be contaminated, clean it with a disinfectant and then wash your hands with soap and water. Mixing together cleaning supplies will enhance the killing potential. All spraying these substances on your body will do is damage clothing and irritate the skin, eyes, and mouth. They are unable to kill viruses that have entered the body, and therefore should not be used in this manner. Furthermore, bleach and rubbing alcohol can combine to create toxins such as chloroform. You can make your own hand sanitizer. You shouldn't try to make your own hand sanitizer from your personal supply of alcohol. While hand sanitizer is about 70 to 75% alcohol, gain the correct ratio using household rubbing alcohol and other household chemicals and antiseptics is difficult. The seasonal flu or pneumonia vaccine can prevent and protect you from coronavirus. This is false. Although both the seasonal flu and pneumonia are similar biologically to the coronavirus, hence the reason they have similar symptoms, they differ just enough that these vaccines won't have much impact on the virus. That said, it is recommended that you receive these vaccines to bolster your chances at either avoiding pneumonia or the flu. Either one of these diseases can weaken your immune system sufficiently enough to provide an open door for COVID-19 to infect and endanger you. Antibiotics are an effective way to treat COVID-19. Antibiotics are designed to treat bacterial infections, and the coronavirus is a virus, not a bacteria. Therefore, antibiotics are unable to prevent or treat the coronavirus. On the other hand, if you are hospitalized with COVID-19, you may be giving antibiotics because bacterial co-infection is a possibility. Saline nasal rinses can help to prevent infection with the new coronavirus. Zero evidence has been found that suggests saline nasal rinses help to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus. These rinses are also not found to prevent respiratory infections in general, and only limited evidence shows that they have any impact on the recovery from the common cold. Hand dryers are capable of killing the new coronavirus. The most effective way to kill the coronavirus and prevent its spread is to wash your hands or frequently clean them with the alcohol-based sanitizer. Make sure soap and warm water are used and then dry completely with paper towels or a warm air hand dryer. Hand dryers themselves have no effect on the virus at all. Vaccines can cause permanent damage to your brain or body. Scientists are working very hard to find a vaccine capable of fighting COVID-19. And it is anticipated that by some point in 2021, one will be available to the general public. By its very nature, a vaccine boosts your immune system enough to give your body an extra lift to fight off the virus. What vaccines will not do is impact other parts of your body. That's it for this episode of Reading with Gare. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and support me by buying from my eBay and Mercari stores. Both links are in the description. Goodbye.